So here's something that I just remembered, and I was at Walmart. I remember this girl from somewhere, I don't know exactly where, but she was repeating herself. Okay. Now you might be thinking, well, yeah, and well, the thing is that it's kind of I don't know. I don't know how to say it without. I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna drop it right there because if I say any more, it'll probably offensive. Not that I care about what other people think of me anyway. And I'm probably gonna get canceled anyway for saying something I should have said about Grand Theft Auto. That's the thing about Grand Theft Auto because it was kind of a on and off where you can get canceled for it, but now more so because the moment you admit to anything, even if you don't condone it or you wouldn't do it in real life, people don't look at it that way. They're like, well, you must have an agenda. I don't. Especially when I've heard people like, well, what's your problem with females? I don't have a problem. Okay? I feel that every game, even if they have females in it, does not need to be that, to prove whether or not you're against women, which I'm not, and that nobody should be anyway. Uh, to actually have women in my party. When I'm playing a game, regardless of whether it's Pokemon or actual like Final Fantasy, I choose what I choose for a reason. It's not to be gay. See, a lot of people used to think that it would have been gay. A lot of people say the same thing about people who have women in the same party as a dude when you're the player. Yeah, see, that's the kind of concept of this damn world that contradicts itself. It makes no damn sense. So originally I wasn't going to upload the videos, but I thought, you know what, there was more I had to talk about anyway. So, but I wanted to get it done while I was thinking about it before I went on home, and then I'll upload this. And when I say tomorrow, I mean literally Tuesday, June the 13th is when I'll upload this. But I'm recording this on Monday, June the 12th. Sometimes I'll uploads may be different because it also depends. And I also got a really late start on this anyway, so I, it's kind of a thing. So, but yeah, I mean, there's just so much racism in this world. Me, I can talk about it and not be a racist because I might say it in such a way that explains in a way that I mock people for doing it. Because I don't judge people based on it, me, myself, and I. And I don't mean Irene, because no offense to Irene, but I don't have an Irene. And not that it matters, but I'm talking about for me, myself, and I. And not that it really matters to you, but it does to me. Because I want to say it for the record. And not because of whether or not I really need to say it, like I owe it to people, because I don't. I really just don't. But I'm going to say it anyway. So, because I feel like it matters enough for me to actually say it. Even if people never watch this. At least not right away anyway. I hope to. Because if you find this one day, you're watching it, then I hope you do and I hope you understand. Um, you know. Especially where I'm coming from, if you're even interested in it. I hope you are, them people, because I know people will be interested in it. I share about facts what I could share, facts about the past, things I didn't know that I've never been explained to, which I'll go over when I go to play a game again. But I hope to do it when I do it again properly, and that's going to be uh, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. That's the full title. And I generally have a tendency to try and shorten games because, I mean, at least the titles, because I want to give them enough room in there to kind of sum up the title and, give enough into it. What's going on? Anyway, I guess I gotta go. But I just wanted to talk about a few things anyway. Kind of, but they're on my mind and stuff. Um, I just, all I can do is hopefully that one day I find the right audience that'll actually tune in. Find out what I gotta say and see what I'm gonna do, because I like to show off. I don't mean like I'm showing off like I'm better than somebody. That would be something I'll never do. I'm gonna show off to be better than somebody else. Even though that technically I think for me, myself, and I'm gonna put that for the record, that I am better because I have a lot of experience. It also depends on the game itself. And again, for me, even if for anybody else, and not because I want to be some atypical guide, it's because when you've got hundreds of thousands of guides out there, but I can guide you through the way that I do it, even if it looks a little bit the same. And that's also, for the record, that I'm, without me looking up or looking at someone else and see if they're doing the same thing and said the same exact words I'm saying, doing the exact same way that I've done it. Because again, I'm not looking it up. I'm not going to. Because here's the thing about that as well. A lot of people wind up doing the same thing anyway, and it looks exactly the same. Or it can, but it depends on whether or not they're looking at someone else. And they won't even know it half the time. Because a lot of times, as well, videos get buried. And that's the craziest thing about having to upload videos to any platform that already probably has at least other people out there that are more popular, and because they have more views and subscribers, likes, and not just because of the comments. I will never believe it's just because of the comments. The comments don't mean nothing. I mean, the comments are okay. They do kind of help out, keep you kind of motivated. But I would say the most important thing, at least for me anyway, I would believe, and it's not the subscribers or their comments, but like as a placeholder to let me know that it's worthwhile uploading, is the views. Even if I only get a few, as long as it ain't 0 or 1, that, even 8 views is more than enough. You know what I mean? It's like, and I don't have a set goal. Neither, I will never have one for how many views I need for a video, let alone my entire channel for the total amount of views that I could be getting, even when you count it all up together. That's just not. I don't even have a set goal for how many likes or subscribers I really need for myself to be personally happy. I don't have that. I'm okay. But in order to get my content out there, to get the good recognition it deserves, not for the sake of money. That's another thing I will never do it for. Even if I was getting money, which I'm not, for the record. It's also for the record if I was, which I'm not. I would not do it for the money. I don't need to do it for the money. I don't. I think that for what I'm doing, I'm well enough off as it is. I mean, yeah, so I'll never be able to play all these new fancy dancy games that y'all get into that are new and, so new. Look, I admit that I play some new games. And these are the games that I can actually play. That I actually can get into. Even though they are mobile. And hell, I found new games that are of old of the past that I didn't know was there. You know, that I have enjoyed. Some of it I haven't. Excuse me a moment. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you? Anyway. So. But, you know, while I could be on the nasty side of things, you know, and that's without all the porn and nudity, because obviously you can't get away with that. I mean, I've seen, I cap you not, I would never be able to get away with it, but I know a lot of people that could. I don't know them personally, but I've seen where they can get away with it. Anyway, like, in other words, if I started talking about poop, you know, or my nipples or something like that, making them dance and stuff, I could do that, but I don't want to. Not because I'm afraid it might get me popular or not popular. It's just because it's not something I care to talk about. Or my nipples played with my butt cheeks or whatever. I mean, like, really? I mean, honestly, if you think about it, there are a lot of people out there to do that. Okay. I'm not going to judge them for that. And there's also people out there that swear left, right, and center. Okay. I'm not going to judge them for it. I'm not going to tell them to stop cussing. So that was one of the things that Necroscope tried to do, was try to get people to stop cussing on the air and stuff like that, because, and I think that's, I actually want to believe that's partly the blame for the reason why he, I wouldn't say it's the full reason, no, but it's one of it that led into his eventual getting away from YouTube for good, because he's living the life now. I don't know if he's still alive or not. There's no way to confirm or deny whether he's alive or dead, because you never hear anything about him or from him. So you really don't know if he's alive or dead. And the reason but the one thing he would do is he would kind of swear, but in his own way. Fuzz. F-U-Z-Z. I know that almost sounds like you're trying to say the F word that people don't like. They're so highly offended by that. And people are still on and off offended by the word damn. I'm not kidding you. The hell? Really? And now people want to say that bitch is a cuss word. Well, it ain't in my book, and I'll never consider it that way. It might be a bad word, but not like a cuss word. Like like one of them swearing words. There are only, as far as I know, I want to say about 3 or 4 cuss words that are actual true swear words. You know, I come from a time that hell was a bad word. Oh yeah, my mom and dad would say, "Don't you say that." That's a no word. Don't say HE double hockey sticks. Literally, they would say that like that. I'm like, damn. Now I can say hell a lot, and nobody's offended. Nobody thinks it's a cuss word. Talk about it all you want to. Gang is supposed to be sort of bad too, so is darn. Darn it. Dang it. Damn it. Ham it. Ham and cheese it. Whatever. I mean, seriously. I don't believe in the idea of censoring my words. I really just don't. For nobody. But I will say that at the same time, that, because I'm not trying to say I'm trying to get away from cussing. I'm really not. So, but I feel like at the same time, I also will not say it's good or bad to cuss. You know, you want to swear, so be it. Do it or don't. You know, regardless of whether you're mad or not, that should be your choice. Your life choice should be whatever the hell you want to do. If you don't want to cuss, then you don't want to cuss. It's like I feel like the same thing about when people say that your body is a temple or God's temple, and that you shouldn't, mark it up. I say let people do what the hell they want to. They're gonna do it anyway. Yeah, all you're gonna do is drive people to do it anyway. So I put the tattoo on there. It's like, okay, here's the thing that gets me, right? Okay, they say that it's the temple of God, but then you got people that will mark God on them or the Ten Commandments. I've seen people do that, very rarely, but more so in the religional area now when it comes to Jesus. I'm not kidding you. You know, if you think I'm kidding, you need to think again. Because when it comes to such things as religion, I can't understand it. It's like, it's so terrible to mark up your body and stuff like that. You know, especially because also, they don't believe in the idea of jewelry either. But yet you got people wearing a cross or something to do with Jesus on it, or both. Crazy. I mean, personally, I don't care what they wear, what they don't wear. It doesn't really bother me. It's the way that it's being handled. Like, oh my god, really? Like, I would always be like, let me put it this way, it's the principle of the matter, not whether or not they're wearing something they want to wear or what they want to do. I don't care what they do. It doesn't bother me. Although I do care about what they make in the contrary of the idea of contradictions, because yes, they do bother me, those contradictions they do. But not that I have to worry about every day of my life or every 5 stinking minutes. Then I have to go, well, you know what? I can't stop. I can't just not sit here and talk about it. So I'm going to keep talking about it on and on and on, rinse and repeat every freaking day. Kind of reminds me of that game I was playing, like, Idle Vlogger, right? And it just looks like the guy kept talking about the same thing over and over and over. And, say the only difference was the set and everything that had changed because you can pay for it and all that for the upgrades and, to move on, stuff like that. So that was the thing about that. I think I still had that game, to be honest with you, but I don't remember for sure. But yeah, I mean, like, literally, that was what it looked like. Like, yeah, let me talk about the same thing every day. Yeah, because I know you like hearing that. Yeah, and then, especially like getting all these billions of subscribers and stuff, watching the same thing. Honestly, I couldn't fathom watching somebody say the same thing, do the same thing every day. Even if the set had changed, I couldn't imagine that ever being a thing. Like, the most popular thing to do every day, like, for example, I could talk about my drill all day long and people would just be like eating it up. Yeah, talk some more about your drill. We love hearing that. We don't want to hear anything else. Screw the rest of it. We want to hear about your drill. How's your drill hanging? How's it doing? You still able to screw holes? I mean, screw screws into the wall and put up them walls? Yeah? Because that's what we like to hear about, Just as an example. I mean, I'm not kidding you. That's the kind of thing I couldn't fathom people doing. And that was just an example. I'm not, wouldn't matter what it's about either. Even if it wasn't, it's the same old thing over and over, over. And could you really sit there and honestly tell me that you would watch that every day? Of your life? Can you? Because I know I couldn't. I mean, maybe people wouldn't get sick of it. I don't know. Me personally, I know I would get sick of hearing and seeing the same old thing. I mean, it's kind of bad enough that people might get sick of tired of hearing the same old thing every once in a while, but it's worse when you have to hear it every day. of your life. And, whenever you gotta see it, and the thing is that people may not, um, you know, agree with me on this. I don't know. But I do know that for a fact that when you think about what it means to absolutely watch something, I mean, it's like, okay, if you watch wrestling every day, the same old match over and over and over, you probably couldn't get tired of seeing that. But, like, okay, if they kept on talking about the same old thing over and over and over, and they just would just keep doing the same promotion over and over and over about, like, see it this Sunday, the match you've been waiting for, the challenger versus the challenger, and, just for examples or whatever. I don't know if you'd get sick of that, but probably. Most of you probably would get sick of that, but some of you probably wouldn't get sick of it with the same old matches over and over, because a lot of people get entertained by, like, yeah, I'll live my life watching the same old thing. Like, especially, I've seen people sit there and watch a match over and over, seeing where they failed, how many times they actually failed to make the goal, in the game of sports. Okay, whatever. Like, did you see that? Yeah, I saw that. I saw where I screwed up. You just have to watch over and over and over. Why would you want to do that? That's crazy. I mean, yeah, you and I may say that, or others may not, But it is what it is. Yeah, we may think it's crazy, but again, yeah, you're just gonna have to let that one go. Let them do what they gotta do. Personally, I'd let it go. I mean, not without obviously saying what we had to say about it, but still, I'm just saying my personal thoughts about it. Even if people will never listen, except that, people that will eventually hopefully tune in, the right people that actually would do it. Are you serious? You got me with that. You dirty Mother Hubbard. That's another thing that he would say, Necroscope 86. You Mother Hubbard. You fuzz tick. Scum fuzz. I remember when he actually said something about where did that come from? I don't know. So, crazy as it was. But, he actually, I don't think he ever touched Parasite Eve or Tomb Raider. He didn't even do what's that game? The Xena Warrior Princess games, because they actually made Xena Warrior. I don't think they actually made one by the one with, like, Kevin Sorbo, but I think they made one for, like, was it Disney? And yeah, Disney did not own, believe it or not, they did not own the one with Kevin Sorbo in it. Oh yeah. So yeah, Hercules was something that originally was portrayed by the legendary Kevin Sorbo, who went on to do Andromeda. Andromeda was a great series on its own. I didn't care for the aforementionable commercials that I had to put up with, but it is what it is, But that kind of makes a little bit like, why even try to do it? Because, I mean, I didn't even get a chance to really fully immerse myself into watching the entire show. So, in the meantime, that show ran on for so many decades, I guess I missed it where where another one was the first episode, but when I watched, I mean, I couldn't keep up with it because of the commercials. I know that makes no sense to most people, but to me, some cases, they don't need the constant commercials. I mean, I can handle sometimes having commercials, but, I will say this again, even though that, for the record, I probably haven't said it here. But if I have, well, completely ignore that. But anyway, so, the thing is it defeats the purpose of why we went online. We went away from all that. I mean, yeah, I admit I miss commercials, but I don't miss them that badly that we need to get them back into it. The reason why commercials existed were, for one thing, for the personal average customer at home. Not everybody that was average, by the way, for the record. Which I never thought about this, but anyway, I mean in the past, but yeah. Anyway, was to just take a break from it and get some more snacks, go to the restroom, get ready to watch some more after the break, whether it was sports or some movie you were watching. That was the whole point of that for most of these average people. The other average people that would watch it was because they were interested in buying such products. Some of them weren't actually about products; they were just commercials, general speaking products. I'm not even kidding you. So that was the whole thing, because it was about the main thing about that was promotional stuff. You know, also kind of give the I guess the camera crew a break. I don't know. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. And if today was your birthday, happy birthday! As of Monday, June the 9th, or June the 9th. June the 12th. By the time I didn't say it was, because it makes more sense to me to say it that way than saying happy birthday, because by the time this comes out, it'll be too late. So, and if it's your birthday by then, whoever it is, then happy birthday, as it makes more sense to say it that way to me. And if you don't like that, well, I don't care. And don't get used to me always saying that either. I also feel like that I don't want to always say subscribers, because I'm not one to try and push it on things, but it would be nice if I had more subscribers. And not just for me personally or anything, but for the content to get the good recognition it deserves. Not for the sake of money, mind you, but for the sake of the idea that I can get away with, just basic general recognition. Even if people don't comment on my videos, I don't really care about the comments either. Not that I would be like, well, don't you dare comment on my videos. I hate when people comment. I'm not like that. I mean, the thing about comment sections as well is they can get overly whelmed by haters and stuff that, people just don't like people. Even the most popular of people, I've never really noticed that. But apparently every now and again they get trolls. Well, I don't know how they could still stay in business and not help out other people that want to get into the business without getting into the business, if you catch my drift. Like, in other words, like a lot of us who just want to do this because we want to show it off when we can before we decide to fully retire once and for all. We just want to wrap up doing what we got to do before we just give up the ghost and try to say that, yeah, we're done. We just are. We're wanting to move on, and that in itself is something else that son of a I shouldn't have let that happen there. I should have just gone ahead and just got the hell out of there. Anyway, a shiny new bicycle. Nice. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, what was I talking about now? I forgot already. I hate when my brain doesn't work half the time. Even when I'm like, I've had plenty of rest, sometimes my brain just does not work right. Like it's like you'd think it should, like especially to remember stuff. But I can't remember everything. Like, did I remember to take my pills or something like that? I don't really need to take pills, but if I had, my brain probably wouldn't function like that, because my brain can only do so much. I'm not Albert Einstein. So in a way, I wish I was, because, I mean, I don't really wish I was exactly him, because more than him is probably enough. But enough of him that I'm smart. Let me put it that way. I'm sorry, that didn't make no sense. But what I'm trying to make is I wish I was as smart as him, where I use more of my brain power, because at least I know I'd be able to remember stuff. And I think, from what I remember, something about him forgetting stuff too, but he wasn't as bad. Yep. So in another month, in so many days from now, uh, which is going to be August, I will be 40. Even though the year itself counts as the way that I would be 40, but I'm not 40 yet. And, kind of makes no sense. Ooh, nice. Supersonic. Nice. Now I can look at it, see what that actually does. So, Leech Life, an attack that absorbs half the damage it inflicted to restore HP. Nice. Ha! That's a ghost type move. An attack using a startling shout. It may also make the flinch. So, Supersonic. The user generates odd sound waves and it may confuse the foe. Nice. So we don't have anything there, so we can't highlight it. So if I'm not careful, this one will evolve into I believe, another one. There's also a third evolution, but I think that's like, I'll say more like in the Pokemon series. Oh, jeez. I did not mean to do that. I am so sorry. I meant to switch Pokemon and not run. It's weird that, see, my Pokemon could be higher than that, and yet they won't let you escape for whatever reason. It's kind of stupid, really. So, but yeah, I mean, literally, yeah, I know. Well, I could sit here and talk about stuff. I just don't really know. I mean, I probably could use him at this point, but I'm not going to. No, I get him up enough. Okay, really? That's not funny. So, yeah, I would say that, yeah, sometimes things are very annoying, but life can always have its ups and downs and stuff like that. I need to really go home, but I'm not really ready to go yet. So I am getting tired, and I will do more later. I need to really get back in the swing of recording at home anyway, because things are starting again where I can do that, and then it's just like upload where I don't have to worry about anything, but also I can't watch TV, so that's another thing. And I'm not really worried about that, as I am just being able to record. I can upload all day long, so that's never been a problem. It's the being able to record when others are around. Because I have nothing personal against them, but it's also to protect their, because it's like this. Like, okay, it's kind of like if you take a photo without somebody's consent, or if you record them on film, even if they're not actually on the thing. My mom was very camera shy, even though that she didn't mind taking pictures with family, which I don't understand that kind of thing. But I mean, I never gave it much thought back then, but now that I do, I don't think I really did understand it then either, but never really thought about it. So, okay, nice. Yeah, I know. And you're gonna go down. So yeah, and crazy as it may be, let's go ahead and take a look at Pikachu and see where you're standing at for like how much more we need to get. Ooh, 545. Jeez. What do you need to level up? 180. So far we're doing so far good. I'm going to try and get him at least one more move before we move on and stuff. So the thing is, as well, is that a lot of people like mice, and I don't. I don't have the. Oh, damn it, I can't remember. I still can't think of it now, but the. Not the compassion, damn it. What is it called again? Like the. God, the time and whatever else to really sit there and try to train them and get them smart enough not to do things that they shouldn't be doing. but they do it anyway because they don't care. But anyway. So yeah, I'll be right back. Oh, I could be one of the nastiest channels out there. I say one of them because we got like probably hundreds of thousands of them out there. Not being that everybody is that nasty, but like, you know, I mean, like even saying it one time, it's not it makes you like nasty, but it doesn't really make you all that nasty like people do when they talk about like it makes you nipples dance. I'm not gonna talk about that all the time. I don't even want to talk about it at all. Because really, talking about my nipples, I'm not gonna say that I hate to be one, and I'm not gonna sit there and say that I hate to not be one. Because I'm not gonna try and judge people for saying whatever the hell they want to. But yeah, at the same time, I don't want to be saying that kind of stuff. Not because I'm afraid it might offend somebody, because I just don't care to talk like that. If I care to talk like that, you realize I can say so many different things and people will be like, what? Really? And there are so many topics I would love to talk and touch about, for even if it's just for myself, and hopefully this for others that would actually tune in. Hopefully one day to listen to this stuff when you find content like this, because I think it's kind of interesting, and especially to hear my take about it. Not just like a take, but basically what I think about it. Because I'm hoping someday that there'll be an actual audience that really cares, really gives a damn what I gotta say, or a doggone, whatever is easiest. Same. But yeah, because I'm not even kidding you. It's just hard these days to find a good audience, and it's also harder to absolutely get into the dating game. That's what they say, but I've always had a hard time anyway when I was going to school, getting into the old dating game, trying to find somebody. The person I actually know of turned out to be, and for the record, no, I'm not against anyone for doing anything. But if you take it that way still, that's your own problem, not mine. Anyway, so I'm not sure if that's really her or not. I have a feeling in a way it might not be in her, but then again, wouldn't surprise me if she changed, because yeah, people do change. And I don't mean just because of, whatever, but yeah, she turned out to be a lesbian. Okay. I'm always supportive of that. I mean, I kind of wish I had still a fighting chance to be in a relationship with her, but she chose her own life. And that's fine. I'm not going to try and force my thing onto my thing. I was just to say my thing. My life onto her, or being that she should be straight. I don't believe in that kind of crap. Okay? I believe that people should choose their own life and how they want to be. If they want to be lesbian because that's how they are, then by all means be lesbian. Be gay. Whatever you want to be in life. Even if it's bi-curious or bisexual. I'm not really keen on saying that word because that's not something that's easy enough for me to really say, because I feel like you're more, because curious, it means the same thing. It really does. But people prefer that word, say the word. The reason I don't like it is because of the word sexual. And it's not because of people doing what they want to do. It's because, the thing is, people don't understand that, it's like the word roach, and people put the C word on it. Cockroach. I hate when people do that. I have never liked it. And of course, when you're growing up, you don't give it much thought. But then years later, when you think about it, like, really? Two words you'd never think would ever be together. especially if you know what you do know about them. Like I tried to change it to cockroach or to roach, and people still want to say the C word. That's what I meant by the C word. I don't like the C word being used with roach. I don't even like roaches, period. So, and that's another thing. There's other people that actually like to train roaches. Ugh, I can't even stand it. And there's people that even have snakes in their home. I can't stand having a snake in my home. I don't care how good and useful they're supposed to be to keeping down the rats and mice. So are cats. They're supposed to be doing the same thing. I can handle a cat. Even a dog can. You're like, no, dog can't. Oh, yes, they can. The hell they can't. I've seen dogs do it. Maybe not all dogs can, but it depends on how well they're trained. They're not going to be like, well, you told me to get rid of the rat or the mice, so, I'll do it. And it has nothing to do with the breed. See, I admit, I used to think, it's all dogs, and I thought that it was a certain kind of breeds, but no, it's that animals can take to me. Sometimes it takes a little bit, sometimes they just never do. I have learned that personally. I have living proof of that because I've had to live through it. Like, seriously, I've had the meanest, toughest dogs. I've been around them, and they have tried to bite me. Literally. Male and female. Didn't matter. But people are going to believe what they want to believe. So it's like, oh, just don't show fear. I didn't. It has nothing to do with it. And I also think that they had to have tricks. I've had dogs that not to defend myself, and I'm not, again, for the record, I do not believe in the, that it has anything to do with giving treats. Sometimes you would have to, and sometimes it's just like, even if you give them treats, they're still not going to be friendly to you until they get to know you. So, that's the thing about dogs versus whatever, I even had, again, not to defend myself, like I'm really trying to cover my own behind, like they would have you believe anyway. The idea is that, here's the thing, I've even had cats that don't like me. And there's cats I would never have in my home. I've seen some, like, really big cats. I've seen cheetahs. I've seen panthers. I would never have them in my home. I just wouldn't. It's like having a lion in my home. Why the hell would I want to have a lion? A lion? Not, anyway. Because they're animals too. Even tigers. I would never have a tiger in my home. And it's not because they're big cats either. It's because they're not real suited for home life anyway, being in your own home. It doesn't matter if they like you or not. And this is not to prove my case either, but they are susceptible to killing humans. Lions, tigers, wolves, coyotes, they're all susceptible to doing that. And it's not to say that they're all like that, but, like there was a white tiger, you don't know this, but Sigrid Freud, one of them, I can't remember which one of them was it, but got ate by a tiger. Okay. He died or something, I don't know. But anyway, that's what happened. So, I didn't even know that. I was like, wait, what happened? And I guess they eventually got rid of it. So, yeah, because they're all dangerous animals. Actually, every animal is pretty much dangerous on their own right. They can be. But it's a lot more dangerous to have one that's really up there. Especially in your own home, of all things. And people don't want to believe that. They think, no, they're fine. You just got to train them and everything. That's the word, not the C word. It's patience. I don't know why it just hit me just now, but yeah, I don't have the patience to deal with trying to train every Tom, Dick, and Harry of animals, whether it's dogs, cats, whatever. Even mice. I don't have the patience all the time, and I don't want the time. I have too much going on in my life as it is, and I'm just, I don't know. I'm finding it harder and harder to even try and get enough patience to even try and circumvent and get animals trained without them, still getting pissed at me. Like, that I was walking by this house. Believe it or not, it's by right my home. They would bark at me, growl at me, whatever. I've had other dogs do the same thing. Well, even when I was on the opposite side of the street, you know what they said? It was like they were saying, "Don't you dare come over here! Don't you come over here!" Matter of fact, for the longest time, it was one dog. Now it's two. I think they actually had another. I think they may have gotten rid of one, but whatever. Anyway, dang, we went on too long. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Until then, later.